Hello everyone and welcome back to the LGL or the Little Goose League. I am really excited. We are in the 5th week of the season and we are currently 0-4, which isn't great, but that might change this week. You know, it's a new week, new opportunities, new chances to change up the team to get our first win. This week we are up against Zeren and the Giraffe gang. You can see the team to the right of you right there. Also, if you look to the bottom of the screen, you will see a sign saying skip to X time for when the battle starts. And if you're not interested in the team builder or the few announcements I have, you can just skip right there. But I do have a few announcements and I'll get into those. I won't spend too long on them because they're going to have their own videos soon enough, but I'm just really excited and I want to talk about them. I have joined not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 new draft leagues. Well, one of them technically isn't new, it's the NGBL Season 2, but I am staying out of that. And I am joining the 5th and 4th season of 2 other draft leagues that I can't remember the name of, and the very first season of the BBD. All of those things will be having their own draft breakdown videos coming out in the next few weeks. We still don't know when some of the drafts are starting, but hopefully soon enough. That's enough of that. It's time to focus on this week. This is a very important match for us because right now we are the only team in the league that is yet to get a win. Last week it was both me and the Goose himself who had not had a win, but now they got a win last week and we still don't have one. And out of the 14 players in this league, only the top 12, which is a quite big percentage, is going on to the playoffs. And I would rather not miss playoffs for like the 3rd or 4th proper competitive draft league in a row, ideally, but we'll see. I think it'll be the 3rd draft league in a row because the XPDLA and the NGBL. Okay. Anyway, let's quickly jump into breaking down their team, and then we'll break down our team that we're bringing. So their team, their first draft was Staryu. Staryu is a really good rapid spinner. It's pure water type, so it can hit hard with Hydro Pump, and it's got really great coverage pools like Psychic, Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Shadow Ball, I think. I'm pretty sure it gets Dazzling and Gleam. It can hit so many things super effectively. It's a very, very scary Pokemon, and it's definitely something you want to watch out for. Then they drafted Stuffle. Stuffle is a really solid, it's a fighting normal type, so it's got that immunity to ghosts, and it can hit like rock and steel types with the fighting, which is great. It doesn't have the best coverage moves in the world, apart from like the elemental punches and stomping tantrum, stuff like that, but it's still a very solid one that can hit very hard. Next up is Darumaka. This is the most terrifying thing they have on their team. Darumaka hits so hard. I brought Phobos, as you can see this week, and Phobos with Water Bubble, which gives us an extra resistance to fire, can take 1 fire type move from this thing. 1. And this is our most, like, this resists it the most. So that thing, every time it switches in, something on our team is going to get knocked out, which isn't great, but I have brought a few mons to try to counter it. Next up is Solosis, who is a very solid Psychic type. It can set up Trick Room if they want to do that, but we've got quite a slow team this week, so I don't foresee them bringing Trick Room. Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, all the classic Psychic type stuff. Dino is, of course, a pseudo-legendary. It's a Dark Dragon type, so it does have that quad weakness to Fairy, but it's got that Dark type coverage, which is so important in Draft League. It's a very scary Pokemon, can hit quite hard, and I'm worried about it. Azurill, I'm not too worried about, but it can still, it's a normal Fairy type, and it gets access to some like healing moves. It can be a good Cleric, I think, and it's got access to, of course, Moonblast. I don't think it gets huge power, but if it does, we're in a lot of trouble. Rowlet is a solid mon. It's a defogger, so I'm not bringing hazards this week because quite a few of the ones on their team are solid at removing hazards. Rowlet especially can defog away. It's also got access to flying type moves, so it's a flying type, so it's immune to ground. Not that anyone would attack a grass type with ground type moves anyway. Snom is on their team. I think that was a joke pick. I think it was their last pick in the whole draft. I do not foresee Snom coming to this. Maybe Snom will come in the final week of the season if they've clinched playoffs already. Oh, I also didn't say what Zeren's win-loss ratio right now. They are 2-2. They lost the first 2 weeks of the season, but now they're on a 2-win streak, which is terrifying for us because that shows that they're very good and getting better, and we're still yet to get a win. Wimpod is quite good stealth rocker, which I'm worried about because I didn't think hazard removal. It can attack with stab bug type moves, and it's got the runaway ability, so if it goes below half HP, it gets a free switch out, which isn't great, but it can't set up on us because of that, so that's nice. Phantom is a ghost type, which does worry me because they've got 2 ghost types and both of them are quite solid. Phantom has, of course, grass and ghost type stab, and it can use Forest Curse to mess up types. Vanillite I don't foresee coming because our team works very well against ice types. And finally, Sandygast is just another good stealth rocker. So I was worried about this match and I really wanted to get a win. So what I did was I actually did something I've never done before in draft, and I asked for help. Our previous opponent, Pratish, has been really nice and has offered, hey, I see you're struggling with this league, would you like a little bit of help? And for the past few weeks I said, nah, I'm fine, but then I thought, I'm not fine at all. So I did ask them for help and they very graciously helped me. So one thing they said is that it's very likely for the team that Zeren brings to be Azuriel, Solosis, Staryu, Darumaka, Phantom, and Stuffle. Which I think was a very likely team. It's very good against us. He's bought it the last 2 weeks and it's worked very well. He's got the wins, obviously. So my team is kind of designed, it's designed to take on Zeren's entire team, but if he brings the 6, that works best for us because this is the team that I built to fight those 6. Also, I was going to bring Protag, and Protag was going to show up 5 weeks in a row. Pratish said, do not do that, bring Paul instead, and I thought, you know what, I've trusted myself the last 4 weeks and it's gotten me nowhere, I'm going to trust you. So Paul's instead. Anyway, let's hop into our team, break down what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it. That's a very HI thing to say, but might be Matt O'Shea thing to say. Those are the 2 Draft League content creators I watch. Well, I guess, and Mobile Teacher. Let's hop into it. First of all, as you've been able to look on screen, the beautiful face of our lovely child, Phobos. Oh yeah, one more thing. I changed up my Draft League bringing strategy. Like, instead of just bringing a team that I think works best, I kind of look to the ones that are our best mons, and we have like 4 that are far and away better than everything else on our team. Phobos, Genie, Reaper, and Flat. And all 4 of them are coming this week. I wasn't even sure about Flat, but I'm gonna try to trust this new information I've gotten. Phobos, the Dew Pilot, is carrying a Violite with Water Bubble. Water Bubble is a really great ability. What it allows us to do is our water-based power moves are 2 times effective and cannot be burned, and damage from 5 types is halved. I'm carrying Scald because that one-shots Darumaka, so we only need to take 1 hit to take it out. Bug Buzz because that does quite a bit. Wait, no. What am I trying to say here? Bug Buzz does can do stab, bug type damage. However, Poison Jab shouldn't be on here because that's a physical move. I'm going to change Poison Jab to... Or do I want to keep Poison Jab? What would Poison Jab be good against? A little bit of team building. Poison Jab wouldn't really be good against anything on the team. So instead, I'm going to add in Sticky Webs, because I think that's going to work a bit better. I might change that later. I'm doing this like a day before the match, but just Poison Jab, that way I can at least have a little bit of speed. Put that there. So it's a modernist nature instead of whatever nature it was before. And those last 80 points, you know, I'm going to put those into speed, because I might be able to add speed something, I don't know. Anyway, Giga Drain is to get HP back, and Sticky Webs will be to slow down their team, because that would be very nice to have slower enemies. Next up is Genie, the Vulpix. This thing is, it's kind of our win condition, yet again. Vulpix is quite an important Pokemon for us to have. It hits really hard, and we are running Drought this week. I'm running Drought because everyone said, you gotta run Drought, you gotta run Drought, you gotta run Drought, and I didn't listen, and I lost 4 weeks in a row. So I'm running Drought. Also, I fixed my Wi-Fi. that problem's done, hopefully, ideally, knock on wood. I've got a book and monitor to hold it up, so I can always knock on wood. Hopefully that means I can focus a lot more on the matches instead of worrying about my Wi-Fi. Genie, the Vulpix with Life Orb and Drought. This thing can hit incredibly hard, it can one-shot quite a few of the mons on their team. Also I've learned, if Genie's our sweeper, don't switch it in to take hits, just sack off something else. So I'm going to be doing that. This thing hits pretty much everything on their team for so much damage. Like, Drought Fire Blast can take out water types, which is incredible. For those EVs, I'm running 76 in defense, 196 in special attack, 236 in speed, because I want to be able to outspeed some things. And I've also made it so my IVs, I have 19 HP, so Life Orb will only take away 1 HP each turn, which is actually, it seems counterintuitive to have lower HP, but it's saving me HP in the long run, and I want to keep this thing alive as long as possible. Next up, Reaper is coming yet again. I've been doing practice matches just on the little cup ladder, and Reaper is incredible. This thing is what I need to keep alive. It can take out quite a bit of their team, Stuffle, Dino, Stuffle and Dino, but it's just bulky enough to survive a lot more. I'm running Calm Mind, Reflect, and Toxic. Reflect is so I can, if I can set a Reflect in front of Darumaka, I can take way more hits from it. Even possibly switching Phobos to take 2 hits from it. Toxic is there to stall out anything on their team that might try to be a stalling mon. Calm Mind is there because if I can set up at the right time, this thing can sweep. And finally, Moonblast is there. It is my only attacking move. However, they don't have a steel type on their team, and I don't think they have a poison type either. The only fairy resist is Darumaka. So I can hit everything on their team at least neutrally with Moonblast, which is nice. And the rest of my team is basically built to kill Darumaka. Next up is Flat, our team captain pretty much. I'm running Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs this week. The reason is because I put a Violite on 2 different ones, and this felt like the best option. Flat is physically defensive. I'm running Leech Seed, Gyro Ball, Giga Drain, and Knockoff. Leech Seed is there so I can set up on something like get the leeches off and start getting HP back from it. Gyro Ball is there because I'm very, very slow. I can hit very hard with Gyro Ball. Giga Drain is there because on the ladder, I noticed without having Grass type Stab, I really struggled. So I think that's better. I had Iron Defense before, but I'm going to skip out on that. And finally, Knockoff is there just to get rid of some items. If I can get rid of Star User item and start Giga Draining it, I take it out. If anything tries to switch in on me, it instantly loses its item, which is great. Next up, probably the pick that's the most iffy, but could work the best, Placebo the Happy Meat. Coming in yet again, this thing isn't very good by any stretch of the imagination, but it has one thing that's great. Focus Sash Counter. If they set up Stealth Box, this whole plan goes out the window with Focus Sash Counter, but if they don't, it can be incredible. Happy Meat switches in, takes the hit, survives on 1 HP with Focus Sash, and then uses Counter. Counter takes all the physical damage you took, so it only works if you hit physically, and it doubles it, and then it turns it back around on the opponent. So I take the hit from Darumaka, this is the plan. I take the hit from Darumaka, absorb it, and then send Darumaka to the Shadow Realm. If that works, amazing, I love it. Very easily could collapse under us. I've also got Drain Punch, so if I could heal up, that would be great, but probably not. And finally, Paul. I already mentioned Paul. This set was designed by Pratyush. I've tried it on the ladder a few times, it's quite good. Psychic Dark Pulse, Thunderbolt, Calm Mind. Hits a lot of the team very hard, can one-shot quite a few Pokemon, or two-shot them, including that Darumaka with Psychic. Calm Mind so I can set up one of these things, which would be great with the Modest Nature. Again, I don't really talk about the EVs too much because I don't know those things the best. Also, I might be doing the power rankings this week for week 4, but I do not know. Anyway, I'm recording this like 24 hours before the actual match happens, so I'm gonna go ahead, go to that match. I have received word from viewers named Pratyush, thank you Pratyush, you're amazing, that people like the phrase, "Let's call Caterpies." So, it didn't happen last week, but now we have an official slogan for our team. I'm gonna hop into the match. Let's crawl Caterpies. 3, 2, 1. Okay, time for the battle. I am not going to rush myself at all right now. The 6 that Pratia said they would bring are Azul, Solosis, Staryu, Darumaka, Phantom, and Stuffle. Dead on. Okay. That means they don't really have many options for spikes, which is really good for placebo here. Okay, so my Wi-Fi is better now, but it's not perfect, and it might cut out. If it does, you know what, Zeren's just gonna have to wait, because I'm not rushing this match. I'm 0-4. We're focusing. This is big leagues now, lads. These are the big boy games. So, I'm seeing a Staryu or Phantom as quite likely lead, possibly Stuffle as well. Because of that, I feel like I'm scared they're going to lead with Darumaka and just destroy us, so that makes me want to lead Placebo, or Phobos, because Phobos can take a hit. Yeah, I think Phobos is a good choice here, because it can hit quite a bit of their team, and I can swap out if necessary. Yeah. So they're going to go into the Solosis, which is totally fine. I have got my calcs ready here, because I am prepared. Okay, so... Not Phobos, who do you, Pyder? There you are. Phobos versus a Solosis. Showdown usage. Thunder does like 95% to us, which wouldn't knock us out. Bug Buzz one-shots this thing. So even if it's a Focus Sash, if this thing is Choice Specs, it will knock us out. But I don't see it being Choice Specs. I could set up my Sticky Webs, but I think Bug Buzz is going to be a bit better. Okay, well, we're going to get the knockout first time. Okay, that's good. Can you tell I'm really stressed about this? Today, this is me playing out of my mind. So, Patrick here is there switching on us. Staryu, Choice Scarf, Brave Bird does about 85% to us. I think that's a very likely thing for them to go for here. So how does that, and it also has Heat Wave on it. So Flat Set is one shot by Heat Wave and takes half from that, which isn't great. How do they do against good old Paul? Everything does about 50% and they outspeed us. But it's a roll for them to outspeed us and to knock us out. That's a Star Lee, Owen, not a Star Ryu. This is why... Lesson in life, guys. I make mistakes. I'm really glad I noticed that. Thunderbolt does like 76% to us. They can take us out with... Okay, how much do they do to Flat? Not Flat, I need to put in Pharaoh Seed. Today has not been a very good day, and I very much need a win. Ice Beam does about 50% to us, but we can take 2, unless they got high rolls on both of them, and they freeze. And we couldn't take it out with Giga Drain, so I'm gonna go into Flat. We get the protection. Okay. I could Giga Drain here. If they Ice Beam, that's the most amount of damage they could really do to us, but they are not Life Orb. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that being like kind of offensive. Thunderbolt does about 15%, so yeah. They are most likely an offensive Starmie. This thing can't do much to us, so I want to knock off here and get rid of something's item. Yeah. They might Rapid Spin here, maybe? If I can get rid of this thing's item, that's fine too. Because this thing cannot do very much to me. I hope. I might mess up, but if so, it is what it is. Never mind, it's just the Wi-Fi being terrible. Let's see if we can reconnect. I'm going to warn Zeren that my Wi-Fi sucks. Okay, go for knockoff again. I'm going to apologize. We are going to get rid of this thing's item, which is a Violite. That's cool. Sucks. So this might take a bit longer. Is that okay? Okay, we're gonna get rid of this thing's a Violite, which is good. we're still not out of the... We are in a bad position right now. I'm just going to say that we are. Okay, so we know that they're switching to us is Stuffle. This thing would run a ZU set, likely. I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to go down to level 5. This is our best bet. Hamon does about 65% to us. I kind of want to switch in... Okay, yeah, I'm going to go into Reaper here. I'm going to have to watch through this video a few times to make sure I get everything through. Cool. We take that hit, and this thing's stats drop nicely. Okay, so Sprit Z Reaper set. This thing does nothing to us, and Moonblast destroys it. What kind of stuff does Stuffle get? Because I have fallen for the trap of being destroyed before, and I'm not willing to do it again. Okay, so Stuffle can get Fighting, 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 Psychic, Rock, Fighting, Dark, Electric. This thing can't hit us. I want a Moonblast. Or do I want to set up a Reflect? I could Toxic something. Their switching is probably that Darumaka. I'm going to Toxic the Darumaka. Or do I want to set up a Reflect? If I set up a Reflect, I can really destroy this thing. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to set up a Reflect. This thing gets Iron Head. We're going to flinch. How much did that Iron Head do? It did 32%. That sucks. How did I not see this thing got Iron Head? Yep, it's right there. I just didn't read it. Okay. So that flinch, it did about 32%, which is not good. We need to keep this thing as healthy as possible. Okay, so how much do I do to this thing if it has lowered stats? So this thing's defense? Yeah, defense, so that's not good for us. And Iron Head did about 32%, meaning we can take another one. If I Moonblast here, how much does that do? It's a 2-shot. So do I want to Moonblast here? I want to send in someone to sack, possibly. How much does that do to Paul? LGM, Paul set up against a what's it? Ironhead. Ironhead does about 18% to Paul. And then Psychic one-shots this thing. Ooh! Okay. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, we're assuming this thing is Force Class. The Shadow Claw does about 54% to us, and that's their most powerful move. Dark Pulse one-shots. They might be... Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. You know what? You only live once. If this is their switching to us. Sucker Punch, we live? Do we knock it out? We do! Okay, cool. Great work taking that hit, because I wasn't expecting you to. I actually, before this match started, changed the EVs, just out of curiosity. If I had not changed those EVs before the match started, would I have lived that Sucker Punch? It must have been like 296. Not 296. Just say 250. And plus attack, I guess? Okay, guys, it's here. It's here. The big scary boy has arrived. Time to play ball. Okay, this thing, Choice Scarf, it goes into Flare Blitz, we die immediately. However, what happens if it's not Choice Scarf? Say it's Choice Band. Yeah, it's Choice Band, it still knocks us out in one shot. Okay. Psychic has a roll to one-shot it, but again, it just takes us out. I think we just let Paul die here. Paul has done well, but I'm not going to try to risk it. This thing is terrifying. I'm not going to let it set up on me if it wants to try to do that. I'm just going to Psychic. It's going to U-turn. Okay, that's fine for us. It's a Life Orb. Okay, we know. We have the info on it. This thing is a Life Orb. That's good for us. Okay, that's actually good information to have. Because we know that, we can play around this. Also, it's a U-turning set, which is quite bad for us, because counter on Happini is now... We've got rid of the ghost type, so counter's a lot more effective. Okay, so that Stuffle's out now. How do we play against Stuffle? I think we want to go into Reaper here, honestly. Reaper, Moonblast. Hope we don't get flinched. Yeah. Because that thing's attack hadn't been lowered before it attacked us. No. I just gotta Moonblast something here. They want to stay in, that's fine. Because Reaper, as long as we don't flinch here. Take an Iron Head, we're gonna live, don't flinch. We're gonna get the knockout. Nice. Reaper, well done. I'm gonna have to watch this soon because I'm not keeping track of who's getting the kills here. That Darumaka is still really, really scary, and we are currently fast running out of options for it. Paul was one of our options to take out that Darumaka, and now they're gone. So that is truly terrifying. Okay, out comes the Starmie. Staryu. If it was a Starmie, I'd be very afraid. We figured out it was offensive last time. Against... not Reaper, Spitzy. Same Spitzy. This thing outspeeds us, but I don't want it to set up as well. So I'm just gonna Moonblast. Actually, I'm gonna Toxic, because... No, wait, this thing gets access to abilities that... I think stop that. I'm just gonna Moonblast. Yep, cool, I'm fine with going down there. Because now we know this thing has Scald on it. I think we want to go into Flat here and Knock Off. Because everything still has its items. Okay, yeah, do I want to Knock Off here though? So, Staryu has come out. We have... Pharaoh Seed. Flat. Let's assume this thing has Scald over Hydro. I am not really focusing on adding really interesting commentary here, because I am very afraid. I'm going to Knock Off here because Knock Off does about 36%. It does 25% to us with Scald. That will get us down to 60%. Yeah, 60%. We can then take another one, gets us down to lower than that. We Giga Drain, get up more. We'll be healing more health than we don't. So this is the safest play to Knock Off. We're going to get rid of this Darumaka's Life Orb. That is huge. That is really, really big. I am so happy about that. Cool. This thing no longer has a Life Orb, but it can definitely one-shot Flat here. I don't think we want to get rid of Flat, because Flat is a really good counter against both Azurill and that Staryu. So, I gotta choose a sack, and I think I gotta go Placebo. I'm fine with Placebo going down, because... Oh, that does mean I'm running out. Oh wait, how much can this thing do to Jupiter? Now, Darumaka, Showdown usage, this thing is running, not a choice Scarf, but it's not running an item anymore. We got rid of that. So, against a Jupiter, Phobos, Phobos has about 28%, that's 196 attack. Okay, oh, boy, for crits, I can't risk it critting. I'm gonna go Placebo. Or do I go into Phobos? I'm gonna go Phobos. I got a feeling about Phobos here. Do we get the prediction right? They're gonna 5-punch. We live. Do we get burned? We do not get burned. Okay, I can freely fire off a Scald right now, which is huge. I could also Sticky Web, which is definitely an option. It's not a good option though. I'm not gonna risk it. I could, but I'm not going to. So things are running 5 punches out of Flare Blitz, which is big. If I run Scald here, that will allow us to, it one-shots, but how much does it do to, like, Staryu? Giga Drain does the most to Staryu. Who's at 100? If I Scald, does about 42% to Staryu, I'm fine with that damage. I'm gonna Scald. Safest play. They've got Rock Tomb, no! Okay, Oh, I didn't see Rock Tomb coming. Okay. This is fine. I can get around this. I was really nervous because of Hustle. This thing is running Hustle as its ability. Okay, so that means it's going to be hitting a lot harder. Yeah, they don't assume that this thing's running Hustle. Okay. I'm going to go and pursue about here. Okay, this is a very, very risky play right now to counter, but I think I got to. Or I'm going to protect... No, I'm going to counter. Yep. It could go down to Genie and flat if this doesn't work. Does it work? Okay, something's gonna die. This Azurill is dead meat. Well done, Placebo, you got a kill. I am proud of you. Cool. Oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. The Azurill's gone, but the Azurill was not what scared me. In comes the Staryu. I think I just let Placebo go down here. I'm gonna Drain Punch, just in case. Can this thing set up on me? I'm fully aware that this thing probably can. Staryu. Blizzard, Curse, Dazzling Gleam. Curse, adds to its attack and its defense, but we know this is a special size, so it's not going to run Curse. Dazzling Gleam, Double Edge, Facade, Flash Cannon, Flip Turn, Frustration, Hidden Power, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Light Screen, not really. Magic Coat, Pain Split, no. Power Gem, Protect, Psychic Weapons, going to recover. It's not going to recover here. Reflect, Type, Rest, Return, Scald. They might be running dual screens, perhaps? Okay, yeah, this thing's probably going to knock us out here. I'm just going to Drain Punch. Ooh, I'm going to get to Drain Punch this Darumaka. Honestly, sizable chunk. I'm just going to do that again. Because, how much did I do? That did 26%. This thing has to attack me now. Yep, they're going to knock out Placebo. Placebo, well done there. Okay. We can pull this one through if we play really well with Genie and flat right now. I need Genie to take out this Darumaka. Because flat can't. So we know it's a hustle Darumaka. That's assumed in the calculations. It's all going to come down to Genie. Well, everyone who's ever told me about Vulpix, if you're watching this right now, which if so, thank you. I'm running Drought, and I've kept this thing as healthy as possible for as long as possible. So you better be right. This thing does not have an item. None. It has Hustle, but it also has Rock. What is it? Tomb. Tomb is odd. But go off. Rock Tomb does about 68%. Fire Blast does about 73%. This thing is definitely running Hustle. Okay. Guys, here's the play. Do we Fire Pulse, Fire Blast, or do we Energy Ball? How much does... So, Rock Tomb, we live, and we take this thing out. Let's go Staryu. Little Cup Offensive. Energy Ball does about 94%. This thing is basically 15, we're faster, so they would have to swap out. That thing's faster than us though. Fire Blast does about 63%, which is solid. I'm gonna Fire Blast, it's the safest bet. But how much does Energy Ball do to Darumaka? Can you tell I really need this win? Okay. Energy Ball does 26%, it's the safest play. It should knock this thing out. Provided special... No, I'm gonna Blast. Yep, they go into Patrick. Okay, out we go into flat. We take the Scald. We get burned. Sucks, but what are you gonna do? That monkey is definitely coming in next. Okay. I think I want to Giga Drain here. This is really coming down to the wire here. If I Giga Drain up against that Darumaka, it does about 17%. Gyro Ball does about 39%. How much does Gyro Ball do to Staryu? Gyro Ball does about 26%. This thing's not staying in. This should work. Okay. Well, they're going to decide to stay in. I'm gonna Giga Drain now. I'm sweating. I am actually sweating. Okay, Giga Drain. I'm gonna have to Giga Drain that monkey. This might have been the wrong play. Did you hear my knuckles just, like, properly? Okay, come on. Down it goes. Okay. This is good, this is good, this is good. It's coming down to the wire right now. Everything we have. In comes Darumaka. I can't let this thing set up if it has a setup move. So I'm gonna gyro ball. Yep, down that thing goes. Cool. Iron Barbs is gonna come out. Black's gonna get the kill. GG. First win of the season and of all time for your Cambridge Wildcaterpies. Big thank you to Pratish. I don't think I would have been able to pull out that victory without him. I'm very, very happy about that. I really worked hard. Of course my opponent played really well there, and it was down to the wire a lot of the time. Like, Vulpix won just by existing and being there. I think if I'd misplayed like one more time I would have lost, because Zeren played so well there. Thank you all so much for watching. We got our first win. This isn't the end. We need to really work hard all the remaining weeks of the season. It seems like Protag might have been the antagonist, ironically. Okay, so we need to really work hard. This is week 5. There are 8 weeks left in the season, and we need to get quite a few wins in those. I think it's possible. We proved that we can at least get 1 win. We are now not the only team in the league without a win, but there's still so much more work to do. And I'll see you all next week. There also should be draft recaps for 2 new leagues, possibly 3, coming out in the next few days, so if you want to watch those, that'll be greatly appreciated by me. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you again to Pratish. Paul would not have been here. We'd have been left with Protag, and probably would have lost it if it wasn't for that guy. So thank you to Pratish so much. Okay, that was intense, but we pulled out a victory. I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna check. Somebody else got. I'm gonna end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a dog-tastic day. I'll see you all in the next one. And ODF out. Goodbye.